Hello, now we're back. Sorry, I was trying to do something like share the stream, and by doing that while I was streaming, it just removed the stream. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I turned the live stream into like a post, and it was like, no, don't do that, and then it just booted me out. And then once you're out of the stream, there's no way to just like get back into it. Doesn't make any sense. At least I don't get it. How y'all doing? How's life treating y'all? This Packers-Steelers Sunday with almost an interception and then an almost muff punt. 7-3. Packers with the momentum. First two drives, okay for the Steelers. First drive for the Packers, very great, very simple, very straightforward. Jordan Love drops back, play action, lets it loose, check down. Ooh, 9 yards and a boot. Yeah, the 49ers. Listen, that's a tough defense. Christian McCaffrey could not get going, and that is the thing. Without Christian McCaffrey being the engine, they struggle. That's, that is the reality of that offense, of that team. And CJ Stroud was comfortable all game. CJ Stroud was straight chilling. And a handoff, first down, right at the line. Can't tell. Maybe slightly short. Someone needs to be fired on the Falcons ASAP. Yeah, that was ugly. The only problem is Kirk Cousins was in there, but the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, getting after it. Well, the thing is that's just not in the nature of the Steelers. Hold on, let me delete this. I just gotta delete this guy. Oh my God. Tucker Kraft is going after it, and I missed it because I was too busy muting someone for posting spam. I like how Collinsworth just told us what yak is. You hear him talking about yak? Kraft with the yak. I've been telling the Packers to feed Kraft since the beginning of last season. I said, feed Kraft, feed Kraft, feed Kraft. And so far, they're feeding him. And guess what? It's looking pretty good. Do you think the Broncos offense was very good or the Dallas D is just really bad? I think it's a combination. I think it's always hard to separate the two. Having a bad defense, having a messy defense, having a bad team, it just should be easier. You should look better. Kraft, yak, and cheese. Dude, did you just make that up, or someone has already said that? Because that is great. How many coaches do you think go by the start of next season? You can think of 10. Name your 10, and I'll go from there. Curious who your 10 are. Wow. What they're doing right now, where they're like, "Go Pack, go Finger Lakes." That was a little robotic. I think Josh Allen is playing injured that they won't even reveal. You think he was injured? I don't know. It was a very easy day for him, obviously. He didn't have to do much of anything. Who wins the AFC North? I don't know. Looks like should be the team we're watching right now. Denver is number one, is a one leverage penalty away from being the number one seed in the AFC. It's true. And also having the tiebreaker too. That's what's also a crusher, is that they lose a tiebreaker to the Colts. The Bengals had that game. They had that game. Flacco is getting the full Joe Burrow experience. Good tackle. Good tackle, big play, Darius Slay. Good tackle. I can't believe Miami won today. Yeah, I mean, Tua, McDaniel, etc. They're always going to have a game like they're always going to be able to have that potential. But it is pretty disappointing. The Falcons' defense. You can understand why the Falcons' offense would look a little out of sorts with Kirk Cousins, but like, are the Colts and the Broncos the two best teams in the NFC? I don't know if I could say they're the two best teams in the AFC. I am not prepared to make that statement. I told you, I said it with my chest, that if Lamar Jackson plays, the Ravens were going to beat the Bears. And then Lamar Jackson didn't play, and I was like, oh, well, that's a bummer. And then they still won. So what do you think if Lamar Jackson played? Do you guys think Lamar Jackson's better than Huntley? And Huntley was playing like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson light. Live streaming? Probably not. Monday's a pretty crazy day. It's just like, it's just hit the ground running, record as many videos. Like it's a lot harder of a day to do anything. This is the first Sunday I've ever done. And even Sunday. And the reason why I was able to do Sunday today really was mainly because I feel like there weren't a lot of crazy games. The scheduling was a little bit lighter. You have the Colts playing the Titans, the Eagles playing the Giants, the Bills playing the Panther. It was just a little bit looser of a game, looser of a feel. There was only like one real game on at the, in the second block of games, which was the Cowboys and the Broncos, and that was pretty straightforward as well. No, if anything, he'll beat a Philly, but I don't know. Kevin Patullo had a great game today. Packers about to lose, so the Eagles can get the bye in the playoffs. Go Birds, Eagles Nation. Yeah, well, the Steelers, they gotta hold their end of the bargain. Well, Sean Brennan, who's in this chat right now, says that the Eagles aren't that good and that they beat a bad team. And it was because Scatterboo, unfortunately, got hurt. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't, which was good timing for me because my cousin was actually randomly in town. So it actually kind of worked out for me. The push-tush fumble with the Eagles? The one that they claimed was a fumble? Or that they thought was a fumble? That's what Sean said. Everyone yell at him. He said the Eagles are actually the worst team in the NFL. That he rather pick the Texans. A.J. Brown is gone. Good riddance. Why are you saying he's gone? He's not gone. Someone did say in the comment section, though, they're like, oh, what do you think is going to say? What's more of an interesting conversation about the Eagles? That the Eagles are better without A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley carried Jalen Hurts, or that Jalen Hurts didn't throw the ball 30 times or whatever. That was almost a great catch. And then it's so funny because now I'm looking at CBS Sports and it says, Eagles offense better without A.J. Brown, ? It's like, come on. He's had a hamstring injury since last year. That was a rough game for Atlanta. But again, they're kind of safe because it was Kirk Cousins. Kind of. But you expect more. No doubt. That's a deep field goal. He's got it. No, is that short? Wow. You don't see it. I forget what game I was watching where it was short. What game was that where there was a field goal kind of long, short? You don't really see short field goals as much anymore. Even for the really deep ones, they just either go wide. I just noticed the Steelers jerseys right now. That's how distracted I am. Wow. I thought that was in too, but it was short. Well, now they're blaming the plant foot on this field. It definitely feels weird with the Packers or with the Steelers uniforms right now. Julian James cooked today, bro. He did. Yeah, it was a good game for him too because it wasn't like it was just open holes all game. Like he had obviously some open opportunities for easy runs, but then a lot of it was actually tough runs. I want to see the Steelers get some momentum going. Oh, Rodgers taking off. Good pass on the run. DK. These jerseys, I can't tell the body type. Like even DK, as soon as that catch, I was like, who was that? I couldn't tell. Buffalo losing to the Chiefs next week. I don't know. Could be. There's the claim that what's his name? Thank you. I appreciate that. That what's his face is injured. Josh Allen. Oh, that's a first down and more. Kenneth Gainwell, Philly Pride. Who you got next week, Chiefs or Buffalo? I'll see how the Commanders play against the Chiefs. Maybe they'll surprise us. Make it interesting for us. You think Buffalo has a better roster than KC? Whoa. That looked ugly from the beginning. I think he lost all. Whoa, no, right now he's lost 2 of his picks so far. This is the 3rd one. Never thought Danny Dimes would be the MVP. Danny Dimes definitely in the MVP. Jonathan Taylor, Jalen Hurts. It is crazy though because any of the workhorses that were in, like Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, they took a hit. Dak took a hit. Baker back-to-back weeks has taken a hit. He didn't play great. I mean, there wasn't much for him to do this week, but like he obviously, he wasn't anything special. Josh Allen's going to continue to get banged up with the way he plays. He just takes too much physical contact. And that one time he got hurt a few games ago, what was it, against the Patriots or against the Falcons, when he screamed? And he did get back up. Whoa, 3rd and 3 deep. Oh my God, DK Metcalf in your hands. Oh. Aaron just screamed like Aaron just cursed. Oh, how does he drop that? What happened? Oh, that was good defensive play. What is Aaron screaming about? He got it. 7-6. Dart is going to get seriously crushed if he keeps running like he is. Yeah, he's young. He can handle it now, but he'll have to change that up. Yeah, Patsy clutched his UCL area. Yeah, he screamed. And you typically are not going to have that type of reaction if it's nothing. I can understand why you can muscle it up a little bit, but that initial, like, absolute, like, you could tell. That was just he screamed as pretty much as intensely as he's physically capable of doing. I don't know if KC's defense, if the Bills' defense is good enough to stop KC from throwing the ball, honestly. Do I watch the game? What do you mean? I need Rodgers to take care of the Packers so my Lions can be top in the division. I think everybody wants to be in the top. Everybody wants the Steelers to beat the Packers in the NFC right now. The Bucks are hoping for it. The Lions are hoping for it. The Eagles are hoping for it. Myles Garrett. Well, what's crazy is Myles Garrett had such a game, and yet the Patriots still had an easy domino win. No, I think Caleb still just needs to be developed, honestly. Josh Allen was frustrated with his injury in the game. In this game, you're saying? Or like when we were talking about when he was screaming? Well, look what the Broncos did to the Cowboys, and then look at the game that the Packers had against the Cowboys. That is telling a little bit. And Bijan had a fumble today, right? I'll be talking about the Bears tomorrow for sure. Josh has got to overcome the group tonight. I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm curious what that Bills-Chiefs game is going to look like, honestly. Well, we all knew Allen's hand was messed up because he was wearing a brace for like the whole thing. Saquon was able to get going. I guess all that fatigue finally went away, and he had something to play for. 7-6, second quarter. 12 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Shout, you dude, I've been... Well, I appreciate it, Shu. I appreciate it. Do you think the Falcons should fire Raheem Morris? I mean, I think firing every single person part of the Atlanta Falcons is on the table. They've been such a poorly run team, it's not even close. I don't think it's about Josh Allen. I think it's about the Buffalo Bills not being able to win the playoffs. Julian, Nick Wright may say the Giants are garbage tomorrow. Thank you, Roberts. Yeah, I'm curious to see what he says. I'm curious to see what he says about the Broncos and the Broncos and the Cowboys, because he said it with his chest real loud. I appreciate it, Michael. Oh, Jordan Love taking a deep shot to no one. No flag. Good. There was no chance for anyone getting that. Right. Rumors of Breece Hall to the Chiefs would be crazy if true, replacing Pacheco and Hunt. Oh, now a Steelers and players injured. Yeah, I never know what rumors are legit and what's not. I don't know why the Jets would do that. I don't know why any team like that would honestly do business with the Chiefs, honestly. I don't know why you would ever do that. And it's not like the Chiefs have the ability to really give another team anything in a substantial return, especially because their draft capital is going to be useless. You're always going to get a bad draft pick because the Chiefs are obviously always good. So I don't understand where that, like, how that would be. I think he fell because that helmet makes him top heavy. When? Bears are not going to the playoffs again. I had to take a look at the standings right now. We have to stop with the Josh Allen as playoff choker. I agree. What are the standings right now? NFL standings. The NFC. We got the Eagles 6-2. We got the Packers 4-1-1. Could be 5-1 after tonight, or 4-2. We got the Buccaneers 5-2. We got the Seahawks 5-2. So it is the Eagles' standalone team right now. They are officially the number one seed, but obviously the Lions had the bye, and obviously we have some buys and stuff. But the Eagles are in the commanding lead of the NFC East, 6-2, 3-3, 3-4, 2-6. I mean, that would be an epic collapse. The Patriots got the game on there. The Steelers 4-2. The Bengals 3-5. They could have been 4-4 after today. Where are the Chiefs? They're 4-3. They could have been 4-4. They could have been tied with the Bengals. So that was a gift for them. To them, the Jags, the Texans. All right, Texans are turning around. Chargers 5-3. Broncos 5-2. It's still kind of a who's right now, honestly. It really is. A fourth? I mean, I don't know. If they only want a fourth for Breece Hall, like, I would think Jalen definitely played better than Dak against Denver defense. And listen, everyone's saying right now CeeDee Lamb and Pickens are better than AJ and Devontae. Just saying. No, wait, Julian, the Jets are about to make the biggest comeback in years, man. Hey, man, maybe. Justin Fields, MVP. Jalen played better than Dak. Oh, yeah. That is impossible. Not a fourth. Zach Taylor is done after this Jets loss, right? When is enough enough? I think it's hard because you do have a backup quarterback. So, but again, the other problem is right now with some of the firings, I don't know who you hire. I'm all for making changes. I talk about that all the time. But I just don't know at this point. So many of those teams missed out on their windows. They had the opportunity to get rid of these in-between coaches and get a Harbaugh or Ben Johnson. And now it would have been nice to see another year with Cliff Kingsbury with the full strength Jaden Daniels and that roster. Then you would maybe feel a little bit more comfortable saying, you know what, let's go get Cliff Kingsbury or someone. But now you're dealing with those injuries. Maybe you take like a risk, you take a chance on like a Clint Kubiak. But the thing is that those coaches are definitely, you won't have as much confidence that they can run a team as well as, say, like a Sean McDermott, even if you don't believe in Sean McDermott's X's and O's and impact on the game itself, but you at least do know that he's not overwhelmed by the chaos of running a team. And that does matter because you absolutely have coaches who get hired and they just literally can't run a team. Mike McDaniel, great offensive mind. He can't, oh my God, they're going to call roughing the passer. Or is that going to be grounding? There's no way that's roughing the passer. Pick up that flag. I'm not rooting for anyone, but I just want to see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's what they're going to call it. He was. Wow, you just thought you were going to get a 15-yard penalty roughing the passer, and instead it was fourth down and hands to the face. Oh, he's getting, illegal hands to the face. Oh, my goodness. Not even close. That was the right call. Shocking that you're not sold on the Chiefs. I'm sold on the Chiefs, personally. I know you're talking to JCT, but I'm sold on the Chiefs. Yeah, but I would feel uncomfortable hiring McDaniel as the head coach again because he's struggling to run a team. But I still think he would be a great OC. And that's what I would love to see Allen with, like a McDaniel. I thought the Eagles should look for him as well. This is a big opportunity for the Steelers. Whoa, he's out of bounds. John Gruden, new Bengals head coach. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Gruden. We saw him in such a narrow pocket with the Raiders. Raiders were obviously messy. Derek Carr, I think, is a good quarterback. I wonder what a Gruden does with like a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow. It's just such a stark difference. That is what is pretty impressive about a Shanahan and Andy Reid more than anything, that they really have showed their ability to win games with not great all-time special quarterbacks. And even other coaches who are really good, not all coaches, like Sean McVay hasn't really shown that necessarily, not at the levels that Shanahan or Andy Reid have. And so if you have another coach who you haven't really seen with a great quarterback, it's hard to really gauge maybe like what's that next level that he can get to if you do give him a great coach. Steelers got to score here. The defense made a stance. You got to get some points here. You really need a touchdown. You can't be up 9-7. Cut back and got a yard. Everyone is sold on KC because of their reputation. If you judge them based solely on 2025, they're not great. They're 1-3 against teams. Yeah, but they were so injured and suspended. I just don't matter as much. You saying Alex Smith and McNabb were scrubs? I didn't say that. But Andy Reid has won more than just Alex Smith and McNabb. And Alex Smith was not great. Andy Reid made him great. Made him play significantly better than he was. That's for sure. I got videos about that. Sean Brennan has watched all of them, and he told me that he actually loves them. He said that they're some of his favorite videos. Do I think Baltimore will find a way to the playoffs? I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know if you can trust Huntley to be like as good as he was. Huntley was amazing. I mean, he played awesome. I just don't know if you're trusting someone like Huntley at this point to do that. Are the videos on my channel? Oh yeah. He was nowhere near at the levels. Again, I already have so many videos breaking that down between Harbaugh, Alex Smith, and Andy. Alex Smith, it's not even close. It's night and day difference. Hello, Robert. Oh, Aaron, 3rd and 8, stepping up in the pocket. Oh, there's a flag though. Yeah, it's got to be defensive hold. Julian, my Broncos. I'm not even watching any more football today. I have all content. That game. That was all about it, man. Julian, you just like all these other talking heads on TV. How? Under what logic? Chiefs, Bucks, Lions, Seahawks, Bills, Eagles, Packers, Broncos, Colts, and Pats are the top 10. Complete subjective. If Mahomes is so good, why can't he perform at a high level when his wide receivers are injured? I don't know. I don't like the crabbing on Andy Reid over and over. It's always over and over and over and over and over. That was a big, Steelers. That was a big time game by Bo Nix and the Broncos. Started off rough, that interception. And then I don't know why they went for that 2-point conversion. That also made me angry. In a league right now where everyone's missing random field goals, everyone's missing random extra points, just get the extra point. They had on like NFL Network or whatever, the Steelers versus the Packers Super Bowl. Dude, different times, man. Different times. I've not heard how bad the injury is. Is it bad? Whoa, nice cutback. I looked it up and I didn't see any updates to it. I know they got the penalty and I get that, but I just rather, at that point, just kick the extra point. Just go for one. I mean, Sean just had a front row seat last week how, the single points really randomly come to matter. So that's just my logic. And then especially when they were building momentum, when you go for 2 and don't get it, it can feel oftentimes like a loss now. And I just felt, just take the points and keep going. Just, keep it simple. Whoa, that was a big hit. Loss of 5. No one can win without their guys, to be fair. It's true. Unless you're Baker Mayfield. Only gripe I have with Andy as KC fan is sometimes the ignorance of his play calling in certain situations. Bro, if you are a KC fan, you should have nothing but insane, endless gratitude for Andy Reid as your head coach, okay? I mean, no one's going to be perfect. But you do not have all the Super Bowls you have right now without Andy Reid. That is just an absolute indisputable fact. And nobody would dispute it, not even Patrick Mahomes himself. Sean McVay is widely seen as like the second best coach, especially offensively. And think about how many times they question his play calling. They're like, what was that call on 3rd and 1, 4th and 2? What was that? So people can always say that stuff. Andy Reid is a play calling mastermind. 3rd and 14, play clock run down, and just a check down. Oh, now it's going to be 4th and 4, 4th and 3. They're kicking a field goal. Take the points. Take the points. Trust your defense. I don't think people see Sean Payton as the second best behind Andy. Let me see what I mean, Julian? Telling a fan he should be happy about Andy Reid. I mean, I don't know how you could not be happy with Andy Reid. That has nothing to do with me being like everyone else on TV. Do you think the Colts are legit playoff contenders? Absolutely. Julian, stop glazing Andy Reid and McVay. They great, but that's it. I don't understand then. Who is a great coach then in the NFL then if you don't think Sean McVay and Andy are awesome? The vast majority of people do not say that Mahomes would be nothing without Reid. Come on now. We should be happy about Andy Reid, left top 4 coach of all time, number 1 coach of all time, the GOAT. And that's a field goal. 9-7. Let's go, baby. We are in a battle right now. Sean McVay and Andy are 2 of the best coaches in the NFL. I know, so I don't understand. Tony Dungy is not even close. Not even close to Andy Reid. Bill Belichick is a great coach. Probably the second best coach of all time. People still see Bill as the GOAT, and I can't argue that. I'll argue that. Andy has actually had versatility and has won with multiple teams and multiple quarterbacks. Bill Belichick does not have that. Who do I think is the GOAT receiver? I don't know, because you had so many of these great receivers, obviously, in the past during an era where offense was a lot harder. I mean, with the rule changes and just the lack of great offensive coaching, I think, I think it's so hard. I think you can't compare it. I just think the rules and the style of play and the emphasis on the pass game and whatnot and the level of quarterback play just changes so much. I think it's nearly impossible to compare eras in sports in general. If Patrick Mahomes went to the Bears, he absolutely positively would not have the success that he's had now. Not even close. Would he still be a great quarterback? Would he still have success? Would he still be considered to be a top quarterback in the NFL? Undeniably. He would not have a single Super Bowl if he was drafted to the Bears, the Panthers, the Browns. Bill with the Giants. Andy Reid, top 5 coach, probably. Got him at 5. I'll probably put... True, but I think it's Jerry. I think if any QB went to the Bears in 2017, they wouldn't have success. There's a lot of teams. Really, the only teams that you could be confident that, the other quarterbacks would have success is 49ers, Eagles, Rams specifically with McVay. I'm trying to think, obviously Chiefs with Andy, but I'm trying to think there's really no other team that you could confidently with your chest say they would win a Super Bowl, they would have a ton of success. Like you could say if Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes went to Philly, they would be, pretty fair to say that they would have win some Super Bowls as well, especially if we go back to like 2017. Andy Reid never won anything without Mahomes. That is actually incorrect. He was coaching the Eagles in a league dominated by the Patriots and the Brady. I already have a whole video breaking that down. So, no. Green Bay for sure, but like with McCarthy, I don't know. What's going on, man? How you doing? Jordan Love, 1st and 10, 9-7, at the 34, drops back, Checks it down to Kraft. No, that's not Kraft. I couldn't see it. I just saw the body type. I need to make my screen bigger. It's on my computer. What's going on with Green Bay's offense? Steelers are rising to the occasion right now. Matt LaFleur's play calling so far this year has been questionable. I don't know. Second and 6. This is a key drive also for the Packers to try to get some momentum going. The Steelers had the kickoff, right? So the Packers get it at second half. Lions would win on a bye week if Green Bay loses. So in actuality, Reed doesn't win. No. Mahomes not winning once Andy retires. See, now everyone's just saying everything right now. I don't even understand. You told me stop saying Andy's a great coach. Now you're saying Mahomes not winning nothing and once Andy retires. Someone else is saying that Andy doesn't win anything if Mahomes isn't there. What are we doing here now? This is why these conversations go off the rails. 3rd and 3. Play clock running down. 5 seconds. Oh. No catch. Tucker Kraft, I've been praising you. He's not arguing, so he knows. Back-to-back 3 and outs. Well, that was more fortunate by the Steelers right there. Oh, yeah, he absolutely just straight up dropped it. Because Andy has a monster team in Philly and couldn't win one. He had a quarterback. He got them to the NFC Championship game 4 times. He did not have a monster team. He made that a monster team. And he lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots. You know, the team that Patrick Mahomes could not win and the quarterback that Patrick Mahomes couldn't beat. And he had Donovan McNabb, who threw like 4 interceptions in that game and was throwing up in the huddle. And that's Andy Reid's fault? Sure. Do I see Herbert on the same trajectory as Stafford given when he was with the Lions? I don't know, because the Chargers are doing a better job now of like getting the right coach and the right culture and the right roster around him. If anything, it's Josh Allen with the Lions and Stafford. I think Josh Allen might have to force himself out of Buffalo. He should try to get to the Rams with Sean McVay. Dude, he did not have not great receivers. He had one great receiver 1 year, and that was the year that they got to the Super Bowl with T.O. All the other years, it was receivers that nobody will ever know the names except for long-term Eagles fans. Please tell me what Pinkston, Thrash, Freddie Mitchell. And again, he lost, in NFC Championship games, he lost to like Kurt Warner twice. And the greatest show on turf, the Los Angeles Rams. So, nah. And then you wanted him to win against Tom Brady with Alex Smith or be Andrew Luck. Brian Westbrook was great. How do you explain that the Chiefs went from... Are you asking me or are you asking other people? Because I explain it. First things first, in my opinion, is the greatest sports show on TV. That's fair. I see why you could think that. I don't know. I think you only faced him once. Well, you definitely only faced him once in Philadelphia. And then you faced him at least twice with Mahomes. Are you talking about like in playoff games, like important games, I assume, obviously? Yeah, he should have beaten Andrew Luck with Alex Smith. Makes total sense. You're a KC fan, but you're not a fan of Nick Wright? And he's my favorite coach. I'll take him over Bill, but Bill is the GOAT. Nope. Andy the GOAT. What do you think about the Ravens handling Lamar? Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, with the whole thing where he's like practicing, but then he was out. That threw me for a loop. I don't really know what happened there. Ooh, big run. You got to score here, Steelers. The door is open for you. With a 28-point lead, he should have beaten Andrew Luck, except for Travis Kelce got injured as well, who is incredibly important to that offense. Remember how we talked about that Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill never played a playoff game together in their prime start to finish? And Alex Smith did not play like he was a number 1 overall pick. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? Why did he come to Kansas City? Oh, big time run. Now they're doing some physical running. I am buying the Colts hype because I think it's real. Specifically because it's Shane Steichen tying it all together. Listen, if Andy Reid was good enough, he wouldn't have gotten blown out by the Eagles and the Bucks. If Patrick Mahomes was good enough, he would have found a way. So he can only win when he has a good O-line? I mean, what type? How is that a good quarterback? Seems like he's too dependent on the O-line. I don't know. I don't make the rules. How do you see the AFC West finishing, Julian, considering the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos are looking like they're all competitive teams? Yeah, that's the thing, man. I think it's absolutely, positively, 100% unpredictable. Anyone who you watch, I understand why fans and people like me and you will have our confidence, but anyone on TV, I'm telling you right now, is completely guessing. I'm telling you right now, they are completely guessing. Because you also have to really look at the schedule, too. I got to see who the Chiefs are playing, who the Broncos are playing, the Chargers. The Chargers, I feel a little bit less confidence in. And the Broncos, they're starting to build that confidence back. And that was a great big win against the Cowboys. I do think that Dallas Cowboys defense is awful. So I can't tell you all of a sudden now I have great confidence in the Broncos offense. I'm not willing to say that quite yet. So I am willing to be elevated with my confidence of the Broncos defense. That's for sure, as long as Surtain can be healthy. I think a lot of the divisions, what I just looked up, a lot of the divisions are kind of weirdly close, except for the Eagles pulling away, actually. Because the AFC West, right, obviously close. Even the AFC South, the Jags, the Colts. Obviously, the Colts got the head start, but still within striking distance. The Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens, especially if the Steelers lose here, it's still completely up for the taking. Bills and the Patriots are in it. And then you got the Eagles. They're the closest team to them, has 3 wins. They got double that. Packers, obviously, that's close between the Packers, Lions, and even the Bears. The Bucks and the Panthers, weirdly enough. Falcons blew that chance to also continue to make it close. And then you got the NFC West, 5 wins, 5 wins, 5 wins. Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. What's really going to be crazy is the seeding is going to be all over the place. In terms of like, we're probably going to have a lot of those weird matchups where there's like a home team, but we really feel like the away team is actually better or something. Or like, you win this one game and you skyrocket to the top of the seeding. You lose this game and you are out of the playoffs completely. Like, we're probably going to get some of those types of seedings. Hot take, May holds on to lead over the Bills in the North. I don't know. Drake May's been playing great. You can't not be impressed with him. Yeah, I am not a buyer of the New York Jets, that's for sure. I think even if we want to say that the Colts and Pats have had easier schedules, they're playing at such an incredibly high level. I don't think they're just winning because they're playing bad teams or something. It's just they're such buttoned up teams. They're executing at such a high level, and they're both coached very well. If we didn't have trust and faith in their coaches on both sides of the ball, then I could understand. And it could just feel like the players are just better than the players that they're facing on the other side. But I just think it's in terms of the play calling, the schemes, the attack. That's why I feel a lot more comfortable with them. So that's going to be a great matchup. The Broncos offense now obviously against a significantly tougher defense. And that defense should stifle them as well. So, the Texans. So, I don't know, though. What's-his-face really elevated Drake May as well, though, offensively. Sean Brennan, that's why I don't blame Josh Allen for the playoff losses. He's got that team rolling. Yeah, but so-and-so has has Drake May rolling. He's got 9 completions to 9 different players. Aaron Rodgers. Third and 9. Where are they even at the field right now? 1 minute, 27 to go. 3 timeouts. Packers got 2. They're in a deep field goal range. You got to do better here. Oh, he's just letting it rip. Oh, that's a pass interference. Wow, that will always be the toughest calls. A short ball that the offense has to come back to. It is a penalty, but that will always be tough. I don't know the way around it. How many games do you see Philly losing the rest of the year? I have no idea. Is AJ Brown going to be healthy? Diggs go everywhere and be an elite wide receiver. He helped Josh Allen early as well, like Drake May. I don't think we can really credit Diggs for what's happening with Drake May or Josh Allen. Ooh, fingertip grab by Aaron Rodgers. You got the Steelers in the Super Bowl? We got to see if they can win here. Jalen Warren. 5 yards. 3 yards. Oh, maybe. 9 to 7, minute 12. Oh, they got an amazing look at that red zone offense. 48% to 72% with Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. And people try to say that Aaron Rodgers isn't elevating this offense. Man. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting Monday to see what everyone has to say about those games. Oh, took a shot. Out of bounds, 37 seconds left. DK. The offense scored 3 points in the second half, dude. Andy is not perfect. Can we please stop pretending? Please, JCT. Why do people credit Sean Payton for Bo, but not McDaniels with May? I think they do to a degree. I know what you're saying. May definitely seems to get more credit individually. Probably because he's considered to be a higher draft pick, a higher prospect, you know. Wow, touchdown. Oh, wow, they did like a yellowy thing looking up, and I thought it was a flag, but it was just a terrible towel. Wow, that was huge to get that touchdown there, not a field goal, to put up real points. Oh, yeah, he just beats him right there, man to man. Catch it. That was a grown man catch. That seems like it's so much easier because it's such a short little throw, but that's grown man physical football right there. That was great catch and great throw. You have to time that all perfectly. I don't know why you keep saying that before Drake May got Diggs. I don't know why you're trying to put this all on Diggs. Drake May's been working with every wide receiver. It's not Diggs. Diggs is helping, but like I don't. He's making insane throws to Booty, Hollins. Like I don't know Hooper. Are you guys still talking about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? Is that what we talk about? I would like the Packers to win for AFC playoff seeding, but Rodgers with the revenge game is good TV. So I'm a believer of both these teams, honestly. I do think from a narrative base, it's most interesting. Because I had bad analysis. What can I say? I'm so sorry. Booty. I know. Anytime JCT and Sean Brennan get together, it's a battle about Mahomes and Andy and the Chiefs, Josh Allen to the end. Hey, I love it. I'm here for it. I'm starting to just sit back and watch. Dude, I will never be good at pronouncing anyone's names. Because what I also do is I pronounce things how I think, how they fit with the spelling, so I can spell them correctly. Although that's no longer a relevant skill set now that everything is just autocorrect anyway. What was I about to say? I forget. Oh, the narrative. Aaron Rodgers beating the Packers from a narrative standpoint and from just a Monday standpoint, that makes everyone be like, who are the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers? They start to have real conversations of, can the Steelers win the Super Bowl? Is Aaron Rodgers MVP? Like, it makes it a little bit more, it does spark more interesting conversation. Is that Draymond Green in a hospital bed? It is. What TV show is he on? St. Dennis Medical. Wow. Sign me up for that. Ooh, next Sunday night, Sam Darnold versus Jaden Daniels, who probably won't be playing. I don't think Jordan Love's been inconsistent tonight, though. He's actually been like one of the best fourth quarter quarterbacks this season, Jordan Love. I'll see how, I'll have to look at the, Steelers defender is out. That's a bummer. I got to see what Sunday looks like, honestly. I got to see what the slate of games looks like. Also depends. If Jaden Daniels is playing, maybe. That makes it a lot more interesting. Oh, that'll be tough, actually. My dad's getting surgery on Wednesday, so this coming week is actually going to be crazy. It's going to be, as the cool kids say, cray-cray. Who the Jets started at quarterback? Jay Fields. Does Bruce still consider him the best quarterback in the NFC right now? I appreciate it. Thank you. Play clock running down. Got it off. Oh, he's letting it air. Oh, out of bounds? No, he dropped it. Oh, they said in bounds and a catch. Wait, what? Let's see this again. Yeah? Wow, that's definitely a catch. It's not even close to it not being a catch. Justin finally won. I've always wanted him to be good, just doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be good. Sorry. Side note, Wemby is winning multiple awards this year. Hope your dad has a speedy. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Definitely. I don't know. What about Steph Curry? He's playing out of his mind. Jordan Love, you Jalen Hurts. Who you taking in a redraft? I mean, Jalen Hurts has already proven to be him. Jordan Love is trying to prove he can be him. I will always be the defender. Oh, nice check down. A flag. Holding. Offense. Is that going to have a 10-second runoff if it's on the offense? Oh. Nobody's doing what Wemby is, and Steph is my favorite player in the league. Steph is a monster. Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. It was on Watt. I didn't hear the number, but they're showing Watt. Now they're already, yeah, it wasn't Watt. Now they're already in field goal range. Oh, yeah. Watt. Bro, what are you doing? You heard what Hurts said? You know, so I didn't see that video, but I saw it like on a short, and I saw like like it was subtitled so I could see it without playing the video. And I didn't know. I never ended up clicking it. Josh Allen does not play poor in the playoffs. He literally has the best touchdown to interception ratio of all time. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's needed to be the leading rusher for the Bills in majority of his playoff games. Wow, this is a disaster defensively from the Steelers. I mean, this is rough. Let me make that note. Rough 2-minute defense to end half for field goal. Yeah, it's 16-10. Hopefully Cook can stay healthy. Another McManus miss. Well, this should be real easy. Isn't this like a 40-some yarder? I got to see where they are. I thought it was going to be like a 40-yarder. He did not. He did not. He literally did everything he possibly could to set that team up. 44-yarder. You like that quick math? Oh, he missed it. Wow, you called that. You called that. You can't blame the turf here, man. Oh, he just... Wow, that... I wrote 16-10 in my notes, and I can't. 16-7. Lucky FG miss. Wow. They're about to go get Jake Moody. Hey, man, Jake Moody balling. Does he have any missed field goals with the Bears right now? Packers special teams unit has been bad this year. That's fortunate for the Lions. Missed kicks, blocked kicks. I don't like Mahomes, but come playoff time, he doesn't do that dumb. Dude, I really don't know what you're talking about. What you're saying is just incorrect. But I'm the same as the talking heads for everyone else. Just for that, the Steelers need to win. I mean, they've been given some gifts. It's 16-7. 6 points have been left on the board. When you get a couple gifts, if you're a great team, that has to be enough. Oh, you're right. You're right. He did get blocked. If you get blocked and it wasn't your fault, does that count as a miss on your stats? Does that count as a missed field goal in your stats? I haven't even heard Micah's name yet. Although, again, it is hard for me to really see all the names and focus on everyone when I'm live streaming and doing this. It's not that Josh Allen can't beat the Chiefs. It's the Bills. There's a massive difference. Yeah, I know. Josh Allen is not good at third downs. He's just bad. You're totally right. Well, what you see is wrong. I literally have a highlight. I literally have videos breaking it down as well. JCT, it's all Josh Allen. You just don't get it, man. You're not watching the games close enough. Dude, Mahomes is going to have such a cakewalk. Why? What's wrong with my phone? But you know about what camera I use. Also, to do the vertical stream, you got to do it on the phone. For the live stream. I think the Eagles are, regardless of the game, the Eagles have the best record. Because the Packers would just be 5-1 if they win. The Eagles are the only 6-win team in the NFC. Do I think the Buccaneers have a real chance to get into the Super Bowl? If they do, I think it would be more about the rest of the teams not being good enough than the Bucs being inherently this great Super Bowl contender. Honestly, don't know, JCT. Who is my dark horse for the Super Bowl? All right, if we're doing like true dark horse, where we're not picking, top team, I'm looking at the teams here. True dark horse, the Patriots. I think they would have to be. I think they would classify as probably my biggest. The Patriots and the Seahawks. Like the Lions don't qualify, the Packers don't qualify, the Eagles don't qualify. I guess even technically the Buccaneers don't qualify. The Chiefs don't qualify, the Bills don't qualify. The Colts technically would. Depends on how you feel. The Falcons, I am confident that the Falcons will not reach the Super Bowl. The Texans, I am confident, are not. You have the audacity to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and you think that the Texans are a dark horse to reach the Super Bowl? Are we serious right now? Is that how far we've come? I don't know what I'm talking about, and you out here arguing that you think the Falcons or the Texans, excuse me. Bo should have had 5 touchdown passes. We didn't say if the team can get into the wild card. We said, can they get to the Super Bowl? Don't be changing this story here. The Colts now play the Steelers, Atlanta, Kansas City, Houston, Jags. And they got a bye. Oh, they got a bye leading into Week 12 against KC. That'll be helpful for sure. Madness. Bijan is scary. Bijan is a monster. Bijan is a beast. But he can't do it all himself. Listen, I'm confident it ain't gonna happen. Texans will need someone to upset the Chiefs. Then they could run the table with that defense. That's unbelievable. Here I am taking all the heat from you, telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. And now you're telling me that the Texans with that defense can run the table. Listen, if the Texans come out the AFC this year and they get to the Super Bowl. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bills. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Chargers. They beat everyone else involved. I will, not only will I shave my head, I'll shave my eyebrows. Okay? I will shave my head entirely, my eyebrows, my face. I will be just like an Egyptian cat. I think CJ Stroud is good, actually. His team isn't. Listen, I won't have to do it because it's not happening. Literally not happening. I believe in CJ Stroud as a quarterback. I honestly do. Let me see that Broncos video that I made. Oh, wow, popping. 136 comments. I got to catch up on those comments. Broncos fans are excited. Nick Wright was wrong. ... How ... Is that sarcasm? I don't know. Right before the season started, the touchdown to Pat Bryant was a dime. Yes, it was. Look at that. Can I stream and reply to other comments in real time? I guess I can. Can't wait for First Things First tomorrow. I know. So proud of my team, my man. But, man, I really wish we didn't let that last inconsequential TD by the backup quarterback. Holding them to just 17 would have been, it doesn't matter. It takes you 2 or 3 days to make a video on Buffalo or the Chargers. Dallas loses. You're in a matter of minutes. See, let's see what this comment says. It takes you 2 or 3 days to make a video on Buffalo or the Chargers. Dallas loses. You're on in a matter of minutes. Emoji looking up to the side. I don't know what is he trying to imply. What does that mean? Hey, Dak, take a pay cut because you're not worth it. Ooh. Much love, brother. I appreciate it. That other guy, I'll just say, huh? Huh? I make Bills videos and Chargers videos, and I don't even know what he's saying. Do I think the Bengals blew their hopes of winning the division today? I mean, this was obviously a huge opportunity for them. We'll see what happens to the Steelers. If the Steelers lose this game, I mean, it's still losable. What's the score right now? I forget. 16-7. Plus, the Packers get the ball back. Packers could easily start the half. In a blink of the eye, the score is now 16-14. So, thoughts on the penalties from the Eagles-Giants game? I think it's a tough one. I think that was a fumble on the pass, on the pass from Jackson Dart. The pass interference call is a toss up with that one. I think that was one of those plays. It depends on who you're rooting for. I think you're going to be upset either way on that call. No matter, I could see that call being a no call for sure. I definitely think though that was there was no chance. There's no way that fumble should have been overturned. Those were the two biggest calls. I'm trying to think if anything else stood out in that moment. Dude, I've been praising Dak all year. The refs were giving the Eagles some crazy calls. They literally took away a fumble. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, that one, right. They blew a whistle while the field goal kicker for the Eagles was kicking a field goal. And they said on the broadcast, that should have been re-kicked. So now you want to talk about the refs were giving the Eagles some crazy calls? What are you talking? Like, no, that's insane. That absolutely should have been a re-kick. Oh my God, the tackle that turns the tide. What's his face hates it. Wilds. Every media site is only showing the Eagles calls and not a single thing that went to Giants. Oh, I haven't even seen that. Dude, miss me with that nonsense. You should absolutely be disappointed by the Falcons. That was not good. I mean, Aaron willingly chose to go to Pittsburgh. Which fumble? On Dart? Because that was clearly a fumble. How does he keep his composure with Nick? Money. They all love you. They all like each other. But they definitely sometimes get annoyed with each other. But that's just how it is. Somebody told you that you don't know what you're talking about. You have better analysis than... Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Julian, you make no sense, though. Falcons had a lot of injuries, so where's the excuse for them? Listen, I said earlier that with a backup quarterback, with Kirk Cousins, definitely changes the game entirely. I said that. But you still want to see them be able to put up a significantly better effort against a team that they could have absolutely been in a position to still come away with the win. It's not all or nothing. It's not binary. It's not just, well, if they won, then it's okay, and if they lose, it's bad. You got to stick to the landing. But when you lose 34-10 against a team that has been playing terrible and a team that has been reeling, where Bijan Robinson gets 9 carries for 25 yards, Nathan Carter is the second rusher with 14 yards, that be a problem. And it starts. Oh, the Steelers have the ball. I missed the very beginning of the game because I was setting up. So did the Packers go like 3 and out to start the half then? And to start the game? Do you agree Broussard is kind of a Nick Yes man? No. I just don't. I just think that they're not. That show is not inherently about we're just going to fight and debate, right? It's not First Take. It's not Undisputed. It's definitely more of just like, hey, we're here just to kind of talk and go back and forth, and stuff like that. Yeah, I think, I think they just pick and choose. I don't think the job is for those guys to constantly disagree with Nick or disagree with each other. I think they pick and choose those moments. Oh, God, Aaron Rodgers has nowhere to go with it. It's Bush League play, no offense, and it's hard to officiate because everyone is so close. Damien, if Julian talks better than 80% of media, that comes to show you how bad the media is. Julian is better than 80%, even with his cold takes. I can't tell if that's a compliment or a knock. All I do is hear is that I'm better than 80%, so, I'll take it. Well, they also had Chris Carter. Oh! Freiermuth. He just got sandwiched. Oh, please get up, buddy. He's saying even the most obvious takes are better than the takes of media. Still don't think the Giants would have won, especially after Cam injury. No, that was clearly the Eagles' game. Jalen Hurts played great. Saquon Barkley played great. The O-line played great. Devontae played great. Dallas Goedert played great. It's okay just to say that the Eagles are a better team and won. It'll be okay. Chris Carter was good, but his stupid behind said something. I don't think that's not what I heard. It's because he got in a fight with Fox over like their coverage of like Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football, whatever it was at the time. And they brought in The other guy, the other tight end, who I think is on Amazon Prime now. And they let him go. Yeah, I think Dart played pretty well, all things considered. Again, it's his first season. He's a true rookie out there. Oh, that's offsides. No flag. How is that no flag? What are you talking? You want to talk about bad officiating? How was that not? This is insane. That's insane. Wow. Clearly in the neutral zone. Are they talking about it? There has to be a call here. If they did the whole thing with the Chiefs and even Jalen Hurts getting walloped when they picked up that flag after replay assistance. Wow. That is just so bad. I don't know how you possibly miss that. This is what I'm saying. You guys want to really have the audacity to talk about the tush push and this and that, and then we see something so blatantly awful here. That's unbelievable. Flag down. Now I want to know who the flag is on. Is it going to be on the Steelers? What, they're going to have a makeup call now? I appreciate it, Damien. Try my best. Try my best. Unbelievable. I can't get over that missed offsides call. I mean, that's rough. Wow. I mean, that just takes away the entire opening drive here. I think maybe they used to maybe chew. I think it maybe used to be like other stuff that they would chew. And so now in the modern NFL in 2025, it's just gum. To be fair, if I was a coach, I would be ripping gum nonstop. I'd be chewing like a new piece like every 15 minutes. The moment it even lost the littlest bit of flavor, I'm spitting that out. Give me another one. I'd have a special gum guy just to keep giving me another piece. Give me another piece. Yeah, well, Packers' loss has big repercussions, especially for the NFC North. Love has been definitely taking a lot of checkdowns, and I mean that positively. Seems like a lot of people want the Packers to lose for all different reasons. Oh, he just got drilled. Oh my God. And they can't get him down. Oh my gosh. And a Steelers player is injured. Looks like he tore his Achilles. Wow. That was an absolute lollipop prayer by Jordan Love. Tucker Kraft definitely got away with a push there. Oh my God, he absolutely both hands pushed him. That should have been offensive pass interference. He literally took both hands and pushed him away. It was still insane play by Tucker Kraft. I'm still giving him credit for it. And then especially the yak afterwards. Wow. I know. Did you see him? He put his hands up. I was like, I like the Packers more, but I'm rooting for Rodgers. He's one of my favorite QBs of all time. It's fair. Unbelievable. That was a can of something. That was a can of some creamed corn. That's football, man. Broncos only won because they played a terrible defense. All the haters tomorrow on TV. Okay, that's fair. Right before the season started. What type of comments we got here? When Watson is healthy, he can do things like that. Deshaun Watson? Which Watson are we talking about here? Aaron Rodgers is a diva. Can't wait for Will, Nick, Ron coping. And Mina Kimes. Ken is never Ray. This was the game I was looking for from Denver, and at the expense of the Cowboys, no one cares about. God bless Bo Nix. Bo Nix. He won't mention the game. They will mention this game because it was against the Dallas Cowboys. So Monday, they will definitely talk about the Denver Broncos. That guy, I just read your comment. Are you in here still? I don't know if you're still in here, but I just read your comment on my video about Miami Dolphins content. I'm sorry I don't do enough Miami Dolphins content. It's not my fault that they haven't been a relevant team. Sometimes you just got to stick with, oh yeah, he's really hurt. Oh, so that's a knee injury then. He was grabbing, looked like his calf. 16-7. Packers have a ton of momentum. Should have been a first down with the offsides. Should have been a catch regardless. Jordan Love gets walloped, throws a lollipop. Packers get away with an offensive pass interference. Take it for what did that end up being, like a 60-yard play or so? And their defense just got injured, lost the guy for the game. And now it's 16-7 with only 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. That was just a series of really not so good events for the Steelers. The Steelers defense now needs to come up with a huge stop to force a field goal. I would love to do PR. I think I'd be great. I watch people at the mic all the time and think to myself, I should be at the mic, right? Sean McDermott shouldn't be talking. Nick Sirianni shouldn't be talking. McDaniel shouldn't be talking to it. Let me handle it. I would be so good. Give me the information. I'll make sense of it. I'll talk to everyone. I'll relay the messaging. Well, that was a big stop. I wonder if they'll go for it here. They're calling it. They're staying on the field. 4th down. Well, and that's the thing. You can't be great at everything. You can't be a great quarterback. Can't be a great coach. Can't be great on defense. Can't be now, also great at talking. Like, not everyone can have it all. And I do like Tua. I appreciate Tua, honestly. 4th and 1. It's a fake. Kraft, 1st down, and more. I do not think the Chiefs are going to lose to the Washington Commanders, who are missing their top 5 offensive weapons. It wasn't Tua's fault. The coach isn't a real leader, so he didn't raise Tua right. I'm just happy Tua got paid. I'm just happy that he got his money no matter what happens for the rest of his career. Oh! That was great feeling of pressure by Jordan Love. Juan Tua many hits. Cooper Flag just flew through the air. Are they playing right now? I don't know who's playing right now. I watched the Sixers versus the Hornets yesterday. That was a good game. Yeah, I'm not saying it was the right move by Miami necessarily, but I am happy that him and his family got that money. They got that life-changing money forever. So I'm happy about that. And just like that, 16-14. Man, that was just a series of paper cuts that led to that. I mean, the Steelers were set up to put this at what was the score again? 16-7. They could have at least got another field goal, which would have made it 19-7. I see that. You can't even watch the Packers just to hope for them to lose as a Lions fan? Deshaun Watson, definitely. Oh, brother. Let me see right now. Oh, I do see people complaining. Wow. I didn't know everybody was complaining about the Philadelphia Eagles so much with the officiating. Man, that's unbelievable. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I did not see that everyone's crying about that. I'll tell you what, though. Nick Wright can't say a thing because he absolutely blasted the Lions fans for and the Lions players for even remotely talking about the officiating. And he went on a whole thing where he said, listen, every single game there's going to be 4 or 5 calls for both teams that people are unhappy with. Oh, part of me hopes he does bring up the officiating so I can go off. Oh, brother. That's great. Oh, can't wait to see it. I mean, this game has had a bunch of. I mean, listen, I believe in. I've been saying feed Tucker Craft. Etc. He did. That was pass. That was offensive pass interference, and it was obviously a defender in the neutral zone with the Steelers. So like, I mean, it was back to back, absolutely game changing calls in a game that's actually close. I mean, the TV official here was like, it would be really unusual for them after the play to call offsides. And it was like, but it wasn't unusual for after the fact for them to call the flag on the Lions. Lions got him, or the Steelers got him march right down this field and score. Wait, are multiple? Oh, now you're missing an O line. You're missing multiple. They're down like 3 or 4 starters right now. The Steelers, like just throughout this game, I think they've already lost a handful of them. That was a big play, DK. That's hilarious for the Chiefs fans to be saying that. I don't know about the Moss. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to take a look at it. Oh, speaking of that, Greenlaw wasn't even playing. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, great run. Honestly, a lot of times that there's kind of close, questionable calls in games. If I have the ability to fast forward through it because if I'm watching the games on delay, I oftentimes skip through it. I'm watching so many of the games, taking so many of the notes. I try not to get too lost in that. If someone's injured, like it's a bummer, and I just gotta skip through it. I just gotta get to the next snap. Oh, Aaron, he fumbled. Aaron just fumbled. Wow. Talk about momentum. Oh, he did that. That's not a fumble. We literally saw Matthew Stafford do that in the playoffs against the that is not. And Aaron Rodgers got it back and they ripped it back from him. It's an incomplete pass where Aaron Rodgers literally recovered the ball back and they ripped it from him when he was already down. Either way, it's Steelers ball no matter what they call. Wow, now there's chaos on the field. No, it's not intentional grounding because the running back was right there. Expedited review. All right, they got it right. They got it right. That was crazy. You had both offenses and defenses like on the field at the same time. Wow. Wow. Even so, the ball, if you looked at the replay before, the ball bounced back into Aaron's hands. Aaron had it when he was on the ground, and then they piled on him and then ripped it up. At that point, all he does is have to get touched, and he's just down. And he had a clear recovery, too. You could clearly see him recover it. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think what Stafford did in that playoff game was ridiculous. That shouldn't have been allowed. Oh my God, he almost batted that up to be intercepted. Austin, oh my goodness. I forget, where are they on at the field? Okay, they're at like the 44-yard line or something. Yeah, I don't know about, who's going to be in the market for trades and what. Wow, they're both 1 for 6 on third down. And that one for 6 was that Kraft pass. And the other one was the offsides call. Steelers just called a timeout. Aaron's barking. He was unhappy. The ball's on Green Bay's 38? I thought I saw 40-some yard line. I'd have to take a look. Aaron is always mad. You're not a fan of these jerseys? Well, this is the second time I did it this season so far. Oh, yeah, they're at the 38. You're right. I don't know why. I guess when I was looking at the field before, I was looking at it from the other side. +50 yard field goal. Yeah, I want to start doing these more. I also want to let people know ahead of time. Thursday games are a lot easier. And some Monday night games. But Monday night games are tough just because, again, Monday is such a crazy day. All right, let's see. How far is this? 56-yarder. It's accurate. And it's got the distance. Wow. 56-yarder, 19-14. That's a score, baby. He has 3 50-plus yarders tonight. The only problem with doing live here while watching the game is it's harder to pay attention to games and take notes. Huge fan, love watching your recaps. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Let's go. I've never got to see you live. I'm a huge Broncos fan. I always love watching your videos. I appreciate that as well, Wayne. Wayne's World. Oh, we got 3 different people complimenting me right now, so I appreciate it all. Thank you. Pittsburgh used to be my number 2 team until they got Aaron Rodgers. You hate Aaron that much? What'd Aaron do to you? What'd he do to you? How do I feel about Bo today? I think he did great. I did post that video today, the post game about Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I appreciate it, Papa. I watched that game with a really big smile on my face. I'll be honest. I felt very accurate watching that game. I felt very accurate. Well, what is the Broncos' schedule right now? Let me see. Broncos. Right, they got the Texans November 2nd. Then they got the Raiders. Then they got the Chiefs. The Texans and the Raiders should be wins. I understand the Texans' defense and all that. They should still be wins. The Raiders should be wins. Chiefs, that'll be a tough game, no doubt. Commanders will be interesting. Is Jaden Daniels playing? What's the story with that? The Raiders again. Packers will be a tough game. Jags, they should win. Chiefs will be a tough game. And then the Chargers, final game of the season. That game could matter for everyone involved, or that could be doesn't matter for anyone involved. So there's still a chunk of. What did Nick say that the Chiefs or that the Broncos? Did he say after the bye or whatever the heck it was where he said they're going to be like, what did he say? I made a video about it. They're going to be like 5-9 or something. Remember? Yeah, Myles Garrett feasted. He had them essentially losing like every single game. He said we would be 6-5 at the bye and trying to scrape into the playoffs, right? Well, I guess they're losing the next handful of games. Oh, he's being held. Wow. You guys want to talk about missed calls? Someone was getting held like crazy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Bo had the one beautiful deep ball to Bryant. There's been a ton of missed calls in this game. That's what I'm saying about people trying to hyper-focus on missed calls. Oh, he's getting carded. Yeah, the injuries are tough. The injuries are always tough. The Packers have been comfortable offensively for the most part. Steelers have to get Jordan Love more. They're close, but can't bring him down. I think Jordan Love's been playing great so far today. He's been doing exactly what the Packers need from him. He's been playing a very smooth game. Oh, some big chunk runs too. I mean, it's easy to play on first down. You're handing the ball off and you're getting like 7-8 yards. Yeah, I wish there was a way to get updated pressures when watching a game. That's annoying. that you don't really get those types of stats until later. I think Jordan Love has played great all season long, honestly. I think you can play great without it always being these crazy numbers. I think he's played I think he's playing better this year than he is last year. And at the end of the day, that's all you can kind of ask is play better than you did the year before. Well, their defense is awful. The Cowboys. I mean, they're just a mess right now. He's like, that's what I was talking about earlier. As he just checked down here, he's been checking down all night, and it's great. I mean, like he's just been playing smart football. He's playing really smart. He's been checking down a ton, but he's going through his progressions. He's hitting who he should. He's getting the positive yards. You just would expect the Steelers defense to be better, make some bigger plays. I think at the very least, the Steelers are proving that they're a legit team. They're hanging right now. They're making things ugly. I think if a couple calls went their way, the score is even different. But like they are winning. It's the end of the third quarter. They're going up against a Packers team that a lot of people think are a top team. So even if the Steelers lose this game, to me it still signals that they're right there. I would make a play for someone on offense, another wide receiver or someone, and then someone on defense. Like, take a big swing. Oh, Jordan Love is landing loose. Oh, my God. But there's a flag holding in the secondary. Defensive holding. Wow. That looks like it's defense declined. That was insane. Wow. I'm literally taking notes. Oh, I thought that was going to be intercepted. I was like, did he just give up a terrible interception? Nope. Perfect throw. Wow. Are they calling a play? Yep. Well, they've also been able to run the ball really well. Let me see where they're at here. What really hurts the Packers is that random tie. No, they actually haven't been running the ball as well as I thought. 15 carries for 43 yards. Never mind. The Steelers, 16 carries for 85 yards. They've been running great. Wow. That was a play. Right now, the Packers are making these individual plays. I think both teams are playing kind of equal, but it's the Packers so far are coming up with the big splash plays that are obviously making a huge difference here. But the Steelers are running the ball well tonight. Yeah, they pulled off that Cardinals game. How many touches does he have? 11 carries for 30. No touchdowns. Although they're right there, though. They're in the feed. They're in the feed zone. Wow. This has been a weird game to a degree. That to me right now, that's really the difference. The Steelers have made no big plays. I don't think really like a single big play. Whereas the Packers have essentially made two big plays. And two of those big plays, one has already led directly to a touchdown. This one is now potentially leading to another touchdown. So those two big plays might directly lead to two touchdowns. That's the difference. Sometimes it's that simple. I think Warren has. He's been really physical runner. Second and goal, 15 minutes, start of the fourth quarter. I don't know where we're at. We're at like the 3-yard line. The 4, the 3. Julian, tell him to put respect on my QB1. Which one? I think I'm about to turn the game on and watch what y'all. You haven't been watching this whole time? Oh, Jacobs got the touchdown, got to the outside. Oh, bro, you know I got you with Jalen. You know I got that. Now they're going for 2. What's the score? 20-19. Go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Oh, that was a great block by Watson. Are we about to have another overtime game? All depends on if they make this 2-point conversion. If they don't, overtime is a lot harder. Because then you got an odd score. Let's see what they dial up here. Wide open. You can't get any more wide open than that. Wow. Love, great throw to Watson. Then great block by Watson. TD Jacobs. Wide open. 2-point conversion. That's why you got to make the plays when the plays are asked to be made. It's that simple. Talk about that for some deep analysis. Yeah, there's a lot of Packers fans I see. You can't have a Rodgers game-winning drive right now with 14 minutes and 55 seconds. There's still plenty of time. Okay, that's fair. Well, this is obviously a huge drive by the Steelers. You can't go down 2 scores, so you got to get something here. Ugh, and a rough return. Julian, do you have a favorite? I do not. I'm just here to speak the truth as I see it. All right. Aaron Rodgers in the matted yellow jerseys. They have not been able to get their offense going with any flow this game. They've had the run game going, but the passing game has been really difficult. And it's not even that necessarily that I think that the Packers have made it all that difficult, like the pass rush or anything. There's just nothing there for them. Well, Jordan Love's been a top quarterback in the NFL in fourth quarter stats. Aaron just took a massive sack. Wow. I don't even know what that was. He was holding on to the ball too long, trying to make a big play. That wasn't even necessarily Micah. I mean, Micah obviously made the play, but like, I want to see this again. Let me see. What was he hoping for? Yeah. We're at loss of 10. 2nd and 20. Ain't no thing. Now it is 3rd and 20. In their own end zone. Pass rush is on the move. Are you watching John Middlecoff and Colin's podcast right now? Third and 20. What are they going to do? Are they actually going to try to make a play here? No, they're just getting space to punt. Now they're fighting. No one's got time for this fighting nonsense. Just get on with it. It's late. It's late. No, someone said that they were talking about Caleb not being good. I mean, Caleb didn't play good today against the Ravens. But they said people at the volume. So I assumed it was... Oh, I just dropped my pen. I don't know. It's only if they score a touchdown here, it's only 10 points, and there's still 13 minutes to go. So it's not. It wouldn't be the end of the world, even if they give up a touchdown. It's obviously not ideal. They're fighting again now. They're really fighting. Flags thrown everywhere. What is happening? Oh, and a ref went down. It's on the other. It was away from the ball that they started fighting. The ref just kind of fell. He didn't really get hit, so he's fine. I think he kind of got tripped up. Of the kicking team was the instigator. Unbelievable. I don't even really saw who it was or what happened or how they instigate. I do see the Packers defense, or was that the offense dancing? This game got ugly and weird quick, man. I'm trying to think who was last week's. What was last week's Sunday game? Was that a good game? Was that the 49ers Falcons game? Let me see if John Middlecoff and Colin already did their show. They usually post it earlier Sunday before this game. Yeah, they did. I want to see what games they did. They talked about Bears, Ravens, 49ers, Texans, Giants, Eagles, Browns, Patriots, Cowboys, Broncos. QB draft prospects, a little too soon for that. Brian Kelly and LSU, Commanders, and Chiefs pick. Nah, I don't think that matters. They didn't talk about the Bills and the Panthers? I'll have to take a listen to that one later. What are we looking at here? Hold on, I gotta catch up. Mayfield is missing a lot of players on offense. Are the Cowboys cooked this season? I think the Cowboys will continue to be bad teams and struggle with the good teams, which is who they've been for the last 6 years. Pretty much Dak's entire career. Packers somehow only show up in the fourth quarter, really. Basically another Cardinals game. I think they showed up before the fourth quarter. So I'm saying, Cowboys, Super Bowl or bust, baby. Let's go. Steelers crowd at Pittsburgh is rocking now, though. Wow, they're already at the 45. And a huge run. Just like that. At the 30. Let's see here. 12 minutes to go. 1st and 10 at the 30. 22-19. Steelers defense is starting to look tired. They get no pass rush whatsoever. That is not a flag. You give up? It's over? You guys are crazy saying it's over. Is this your first football game you ever watched? We just saw the craziest. We saw just these last 2 weeks alone, the Broncos, the Jets. I'm pretty optimistic. I always believe the game is. I'm like the definition of it's not over till it's over. That's like I am like until it's officially over. I'm like nope. When I was watching the Eagles versus the Chiefs, at what point? What was it like? What was it? 40-6. Well, 30. What? No, before the debt. What was it? 34-6 or no? What was it? I forget. Whatever it was a huge gap. And I was just like, game's not over. Game's not over. Are they going to give Bo his flowers or say it to Cowboys? They're going to blame the Cowboys defense for sure. And they're going to bring up that Bo threw that interception, which he did. But there was also a couple. It wasn't just the one drop pass. He had the one drop touchdown, but there was actually like 2 pretty big drops. I forget who had the other drop. Was it Franklin? He had a good game, though. I forget the context when Franklin dropped the ball, though. Honestly, I don't remember. Because at that point, I think the game was already, like, it already felt that the Broncos were winning pretty convincingly. So usually when that happens, I kind of stop taking as much situational notes. That's a touchdown. Kraft has been feasting. I get to do a victory. Every time Kraft does something positive, I get to continue to do more and more victory laps on Kraft. 29-19. He made the extra point. Wow. So that's my point, though. It's still only 10 points, and there's still 10 minutes to go. So there is time here. You just, you need to score a touchdown here, obviously. Stop them to at least a field goal, and then you're only down by 6. So that's why you need a touchdown here, not a field goal here. It's got to be a touchdown. Again, this is top tier analysis that you're getting nowhere else right now. Okay. They're running an errand. I like it. I like it. A Hail Mary. Have there been any Hail Marys this season yet? Any successful ones? I don't think there have. Have there been? I mean, honestly, I only know the one that happened last year with Jaden. I don't know if there was any more last season. They're going to talk about the Cowboys and their defense. It's true. We'll mention the Broncos for 2 minutes. Well, like I said, first things first, we'll be forced to talk about the Broncos because they played the Cowboys. And first things first always talks about the Cowboys. They skipped over the Giants game. I mean, they talked about it a little bit, but it was more about the Giants. Oh, brother. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to look at, let me see. The Chargers won, obviously, 37-10 convincingly. Then you had a pretty wild game, Jets versus Bengals. Then a very straightforward game, 30-16 versus the Bears. 34-10, the Dolphins. The Bills, 40-9. Texans, 26-15. The Eagles, 38-20. The Patriots, 32-12. The Buccaneers, 23-3. The Colts, 38-14. The Broncos, 44. There were not a lot of close games. There was not really a lot of there was a little bit of time when you thought, okay, maybe the Bears are going to make this interesting. Same thing with the Browns and the Patriots. You're like, is this going to get weird? For a second, maybe the Buccaneers and the Saints, but Spencer Rattler doing Spencer Rattler things. Yep. And now this game was set up to be close. I'm curious to see if the Steelers can score here to make us feel like, okay, we're in the middle of a game here. Definitely could. You think Washington Commanders? I think that game should be a mess. I think the Chiefs should dominate the Commanders. It would obviously be way more shocking. It's one thing if it was just Jaden down, but they still had Debo and Terry. I think everyone's gone that game. They're missing literally their entire starting offense. No, the Steelers got to score here. Like I said, it's got to be a touchdown, not just a field goal. It's got to be a touchdown. Oh, tough. That's what I said. Warren's been tough physical run. That's a first down. What? 3rd and 2? Oh my God. If this is on the Steelers, this is awful. Oh my God. If this is a penalty, now make it 3rd and long. Unbelievable. 15-yard penalty now. That was 3rd and short. 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 17. Wow. You can hear the Go Pack Go chants. Not looking good. Not looking good. What's going on, Brett? How you doing? Micah, let me see what he did. Nah, that didn't have much of an impact on Micah. Now they're punting. 9 minutes to go. 29-19. I mean, you need a 3 and out right here. Oh, and he's down. Yeah, trying to think how I feel about it from the Steelers' perspective. Well, that penalty was crushing. 3rd and long, like that was just stupid, and that is what you get when you go after and say, "Hey, we'll take DK Metcalf." Like that's what you're getting at it. It's not like that's unique. That is DK being DK. Like I said, you definitely need like a 3 and out. You need a big stop on defense immediately. I do think the Packers ended up getting some like unbelievable. I feel that these teams were actually pretty equal with each other for the most part, but it was 2 plays that completely separated this game that the Packers made and that the Steelers just haven't. Not only did the Cowboys lose, but the Giants lost. And the Commanders look like they're going to lose. That gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers still has it. You got to protect him and you got to have a good enough defense. And right now you can't protect him, and your defense is giving up 29 points in 3 quarters or so. Well, that's why they need 3 and out right here. If they force a 3 and out, we still got ourselves a game. If they don't, then the game will most likely be over. I mean, the Broncos did score. Well, how many points did they score in inside 6 minutes? I forget what the official number. I mean, I know they were down. Were they down by 19 or 18? 18 or 19? I know it was 33 in the 4th, but I meant like specifically when it was like inside 6 minutes. Jordan Love going deep, wide open. "18 consecutive completions for Jordan Love. 18 consecutive completions. And he's got the most since 2018 yards after catch for Kraft. Hold on. What was that number? 131. That's how you do it. Now, let's see. Where are they? Oh, they're already in field goal range. So if you give up a field goal, be 13, you'll be down 2 touchdowns. So now they need to go 3 and out from this point. No more first downs. National Tight Ends Day. Feels like it's National Tight Ends Day every single day. All right, 2nd and 10. No, I don't think that was a face mask. I think you were slightly ahead of me too. Oh, because I didn't fast. I went back to look at something and I never hit live. I think Daniel Jones will always take a hit because of Taylor right now, and they don't believe in Taylor. And a perfect pass. 20 consecutive completions and for the first down. Wait, what was it since Brett Favre? Yep. The game is over. At this point, just keep handing the ball off to preserve Jordan Love's completion streak. Now the defense feels they're done. Yeah, right now he's let me see. 29 for 35, 360 yards, 10.3 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, and a 138.1 rating. I mean, they're about to hang at a minimum 32 right here. So that's back-to-back 30-plus point games for this Steelers defense. I mean, the Cardinals played better defense against Green Bay right now. Oh, his incompletion. He ruined it. It's all right. It's good because I wrote in my notes 20, and now I don't have to change it to like 21 or something. But Jordan Love's been sacked. Aaron Rodgers, 146, 1 touchdown, 0 interception, sacked 3 times. It's been a pretty easy. Jordan Love's been making great plays, but they've made it easy for him, and I mean that in a positive way. Third and 6. Stopping them to a field goal is still huge here. Although the Steelers burned their 1 timeout. And now they threw it, didn't milk the clock. Now they're kicking a field goal, 10-point game. It's still 2 scores here. Jordan Love hasn't been sacked the entire game. He had Golden wide open, though. Oh, yeah, that was a walk-in touchdown. 28-yarder. He's going to block it, and they're going to return it. He did not block it. He made it. 5 minutes to go. Listen, the Broncos did this. The Broncos did this. Never forget. It literally happened a week ago. Now I'm curious to see. Steelers got to score fast. No. I think the Packers made a couple crazy plays that are really, really difficult. Yeah, don't touch that dial, folks. Even though I don't know if people use dials anymore. Oh, hold on. I don't even have my thing open for me to make my thing. Listen, the Packers were clearly the better team tonight. No doubt about that. But it still came down to a couple plays that were really kind of like crazy plays that the Packers made. The throw to Kraft and the throw to Watson. I mean, those are, I'll say a majority of the time you're not pulling that off, especially the Kraft one. And then a missed offsides call. Like, that play shouldn't have even happened. And that does fundamentally change the game. So I do think the Steelers are a lot closer than what this game showed. But regardless, the Packers were still clearly the better team. Well, because don't touch that dial. Wouldn't that be like when you have to like go to TV and like turn the dial? Well, that's the thing. The Steelers' defense has not been good. Regardless. But the offense, there's been no plays for the offense. And there's and you know, you can't say it's anything on Aaron in this game. There's just nothing really here. I mean, there's really not. And then when you kind of start to have, I don't want to say momentum, but like you can get a first down, you can move the chains. You have DK Metcalf literally poking someone in the eye. Yeah, I mean, you see the highlights that they're showing of Jordan Love right now. It was a toss-up. That's what I'm saying. Like, that wasn't, that was a prayer. And, Watson then pushed the receiver, the defender. Oh, and whoever returned that just fell. All right, baby. 5 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Down by 13. Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Game is on the line. I'm getting locked into this. I'm going to do play-by-play like we're on TV, right? Like we're on radio right now. Aaron Rodgers in the huddle. 1st and 10. 5:23. 32-19. Ball at the 21 or 22. At the 23. Man in motion. Drop back Aaron. Aaron steps back. He's looking. Pressure closing. Oh, and a bobble catch and a drop. Freiermuth drops the ball. Aaron Rodgers looking at him. Calling plays at the line. 5:17 to go. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 33. 32-19. Aaron drops back. Toss. And a fumble! And a fumble! And, guys, I was really getting into the whole play-by-play, Colin. I'm like 15 seconds behind you guys. Now I'm officially live. I wanted to see something kind of interesting. Now I want to see if they score here. They got to just hand the ball off here. Yeah. And 1st down. You're giving up an 11-yard run on 1st and 10. The Steelers were in control of this game in the first half. That is the ball game. If you score 20, you beat Sean Payton and Bo Nix. It's true. It's true. I'm getting a tattoo of that on my arm. Never a doubt. Score 20, Broncos lose. And a handoff for another 5-yard gain. Don't touch that dial. Oh, Julian, do you think Harbaugh and Tomlin could be on the hot seats after this season? I don't know. They both had very unique situations this season, and their franchises both love them. I don't know if Tomlin will be on the hot seat. I mean, the defense has been rough, but it seems weird that they'll get Aaron Rodgers and then they'll fire Mike Tomlin. And same thing with Harbaugh with Lamar Jackson going down. Since I was trying to get live, that fumble, was that a bad fumble or was that a good defensive play? I didn't see it because when I realized I was late to the party. Oh yeah, listen. If you're a Steelers fan or a Ravens fan, you should absolutely be upset with Mike Tomlin and the Raven and Harbaugh, and you should definitely have the idea of we need to hire a new coach. It just doesn't feel like those franchises are trying to push them out. At least Mike Tomlin. What is Love doing holding on to the ball like that? Taking a hit, throwing the ball. What even are you doing right now? Why even do that? Just hand the ball off. That's a bizarre thing. You're up 32-19. Hand the ball off. Why are you putting your quarterback in a situation to get randomly hit and hurt his arm? Doesn't make any sense. They scored all 5 possessions. All 5 possessions on second half. No, John Gruden wants to coach. Well, the Bengals had a great opportunity here, especially with the Steelers losing. How do you feel about the AFC West? That's the real question. $35-19. All right, baby. Aaron Rodgers, 3 minutes, 52 seconds. Down by 2 scores. I get my chance to do the play-by-play again. (35-19). 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the fourth. Aaron Rodgers in the huddle. We've seen him for years come back from worse deficits than this. This game is certainly not over, so do not change this channel. Play clock winding down. 1st and 10 at the 30. Aaron calls hike, drops back, and a throw, and a toss out of bounds. Taken to the 38-yard line. Clock stops, 2nd and 2. Play clock at 30. The crowd stunned, but this game is not over yet. Aaron, green 19, hike, and a quick toss. 1st down and more out of bounds. Wilson. Clock stopped, chains moving. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the party. Tonight, not so much. 1st and 10, 3:43 at the 41. Aaron calls hike and a drop back and a quick throw. Stays in bounds, and he gets out of bounds. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. 2nd and 5. Monday is going to be the party. Monday is going to be the party. Three minutes and 37 seconds to go. 2nd and 5. Aaron drops back, calls hike. Nowhere to go with the ball. Pressure to his face. Ball tipped. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 5. I appreciate that, Astro. I appreciate that. After this, as soon as this game's over, I am going to record a reaction to this game. I'm getting after it. 3rd and 5. Aaron drops back, letting it rip down the field. Oh! Almost a crazy catch by Jonnu Smith. Now 4th and 5. Incomplete. 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. Well, the Steelers fans have all left. Wow! That would have been a crazy catch. Got to keep grinding. Never give up, never surrender. Never give up, never surrender. 4th and 5. It all comes down to this. Does Aaron Rodgers have some magic left in him? What do you got? Ow, out of completion. 1st down and more, taken to the 41. Clock winding down. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. 1st and 10. This game is not over yet. I'm trying my best. Me? Can you hear it? Dude, I click depends a lot even when I'm making the videos. I try to do it away. I always need to do something. I used to have this clip, those clips that you put paper on. I used to have a shard of a vent that broke. I don't know where it is. I used to play with that. I always got to have something. That's why I got all these pens too. I need to have something. I'm very fidgety. 2nd and 4. Aaron drops back. Pocket closing on him. He's scrambling. Oh, and he makes a beautiful throw on the run. Take it to the 20. Clock winding down. Got to hurry up here. Got to get a score before the 2-minute warning as the Steelers have no timeouts. Oh, yeah. I was a major gum chewer. I was known as that guy to always have gum. Aaron drops back. Nowhere to go. He's pointing. He's going. Oh, touchdown. Great. Oh, did he not come down with it? Whoa! Wilson. Let's see. Did he catch it? Come down? Let's see. He's got it there. 1, 2. That's a touchdown. Yes, it is. It's absolutely a touchdown. I told you this game's not over yet. 1, 2. That should be an expedited review, please. Wait, why did he need 3 steps there? Why was that play not just 2 feet? Oh, because he lost possession eventually? I don't even know the rules anymore, man. It's always so messed up. Romo didn't even know the rules in that Broncos game where he goes, "Oh, the heel came down before his toes came out of bounds." And they were like, "No, that's not actually the rule." So if Romo doesn't even know the rules, how am I supposed to know all the rules? And I actually saw that. So wait a second. Oh, right, they have to go for 2. Right. Duh. They need 2 2-point conversions. Oh, that's true. They didn't have a challenge here. So they had to be, come on, get this so we can flag. That was definitely a flag. That was pass interference. Well, because it was clear. I saw that first step against the Broncos, with the Cowboys scoring that touchdown, where they said that heel to the toe was the 3rd step. I saw that right away, and that's why I thought it was a touchdown. But then hearing Romo say, "Oh, it was because of his heel," and I was like, I don't think that's why. And then the TV ref came in and was like, "No, that would have been out of bounds." But then Romo said, "What if you use your heels and drag it?" Which is true, but no one ever does that. So come on, get the 2-point conversion here so we can get an onside kick. I want some action. 2-point conversion. What? He looked like he was celebrating and then dropped it. What happened here? No, he had that. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Are they still going to go for 2 onsides kick just to see? No, it's not that the ball was moving. It was because you need to do that third step or the football play since you didn't come down with it, and he didn't. But he had possession. I think he lost possession, and then he was just going into the celebration of I got it. I thought that he got it, and then he was trying to celebrate before he got it and then lost. That's what I thought too. But I don't think, in the replay, I don't think that's what happened. Now they do an onside kick, and that's the game. That is the game. Collinsworth is very confused as to when it happens. Which I do understand what he's saying. It does need to be more standardized. Oh, believe me, I'm never a celebrator. I told you that before in the comment section. We talked about it, and you told me like, yeah, you sometimes gotta feel good. You gotta like have a little fun. Otherwise, it's too long. And I'm like, I just don't celebrate. I can't. Get to work. Act like you've done it before. Focus up until the game, until it's officially over. Jordan Love, 27 years old, in Green Bay, the age of a champion. Everyone wins when they're 27. That was after they already officially won the Super Bowl. That's different. That's different. Although I did make a song after the divisional game against the Rams. But again, that was individual. I'm also not on the field playing, so there's a difference. If I was on the field playing, different. Yeah, I forget. So-and-so made a catch. What game was I watching? Was it the Broncos and the Cowboys where they made a catch and they were celebrating? Oh, I think it was with the Cleveland Browns and they were getting rocked, and I forget who it was, caught a touchdown, and he was like celebrating, and it was like, you're getting destroyed right now. I appreciate that, Astro. Maybe I'll get a chance to make another one in 2026. In February 2026. Apparently, Bill Belichick notoriously coached his players to celebrate and to get all hyped. Because I used to always be anti that. I used to always be like, just stop celebrating, get back, blah, blah, blah. And apparently Bill Belichick would always coach players to do that. And so I was like, all right, well, who am I to reject Bill Belichick's coaching? But I was coached, I was taught to act like you've done it before. And I got that advice. I got that piece of coaching advice from World Series winning coach Terry Francona, who told me, act like you've done it before. Put your head down and get to work. And that always hung with me. Always, no matter what sport I was playing, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, whatever. It was just act like you've done it before. Well, Marcellus Wiley would talk about how, like, a lot of coaches on film, if they don't see you getting all hyped, they'll point it out. Like, where's your energy? Where's your energy? And sometimes when if you get a sack or something, like, or you get some sort of hit where there's a couple players involved, another player will celebrate big time to make sure that whoever's actually formally documenting the stats will credit you with something. So therefore, because it obviously helps your ability, it helps your stats, it helps your ability to get paid and all that type of stuff. So that's, it is interesting. All right. I am going to get going because I got to go make a video. I got to go make my post-game clip right now. As Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers hug it. Were they going to take a picture together? Jordan Love's feeling good. Well, I appreciate you guys all hanging out. Like I said, I'll see you in the comment section right now. But I do appreciate you guys all stopping by. Have fun. I had fun, so I really appreciate it. I'm going to go make this video now, post it, and then I'll see you all in the comment section of that video. But also, yeah, I'm going to post it right now. That's why I want to record it right now. I'll post it in like 10 minutes, however long this video ends up being. And then I'll be with y'all Monday. We will get after it. We got some fun victory laps on Monday. Mainly the Broncos and the Eagles. Those videos, I'm gonna be hyped. I'm getting after the Broncos and the Eagles tomorrow. I should have at least 4 Broncos and Eagles videos tomorrow. That's for sure. Because there was a lot of nonsense being spoken about that game. So about both those games. So yeah, we'll get after it. And that's a tough thing about the Chargers, because the Chargers play on Thursday. Those games always get lost in the fold on those Thursday games. But yeah. All right. I will talk to you guys later.